Good day, everyone. Most welcome to another session of EU Business Talks, or should I say, konnichiwa. You know, since these days we are all talking about Olympic Games, so it's fair to say that konnichiwa is also something to start with. Anyway, welcome, and without further ado, I would like to present you my guest, our guest of honor, that is Mr. Braulio Quintana Sanchez, Operation Manager at Wireless Innovative MMIC, based in Canary Islands, Spain. Braulio, good day, welcome to you as well.
Good morning, Ante. Good morning all, thank you.
How are you doing?
Very fine. I mean, we're enjoying a very nice weather here today. And it's August in the Canary Islands, it's fantastic and a very nice place to visit.
Okay, so if you started by making us jealous, let's go further. How much degrees do you have?
I mean, in Gran Canaria, we usually have like an average of 21 throughout the entire year, but today it's like 23, 24. It's very sunny, so I mean, you're all welcome to visit Gran Canaria when you want. Thank
you. The sea temperature and the sea for swimming. How much is the sea? The temperature.
It's a bit cold because it's the Atlantic Ocean, but it's especially during the summer. It's not that much. It's very easy to have a swim. You won't get that cold.
Yeah. I tell you, Braulio, I do have a couple of friends. They are living permanently on your island, and they're always inviting me, come to us, let's spend some time together. So my first time over there is still in front of me, but it will happen soon. Yeah, for sure. And you're so welcome to visit us. Thank you. Okay, dear friends, let me read the things I've shared with you regarding Braulio and his company, and then we will take it from there. Braulio, Operation Manager at Wireless Innovative MMIC, based in Las Palmas, Spain. Company is a fabless RF and microwave integrated circuit design house, founded in 2017, with strong ties to the academia and R&D, and part of the Celestia Technologies Group. I do wish to apologize, I can hardly read that. But Braulio, I ask you to go forward. Can you tell the majority of us who are not familiar with your line of business in a couple of sentences, what is your business about? Yeah, I mean, just to make it very easy, we are a design house specialized in designing a very specific type of chips, which are those integrated circuits, for different applications such as telecommunications, defense, and many others. The idea is that we can tackle any design following our clients' specifications, and we're actually very open because I mean it's such a big world and with so many necessities, very different ones. So that's basically what we do. You are obviously producing a global product. Are you doing your business globally as well? Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's a global business, although we are very focused in the European market for many reasons. But obviously, the European Union gives us a very important framework in which to work with. So there are lots of opportunities in Europe right now. Before I go to this EU level, which is a very rightful type of thing to say, can I also ask you then, who are your clients? Is it, I mean, you mentioned telecommunications, defense, space. Is it fair to say that national telecoms directly are your clients, or they are suppliers of those telecoms, for example? Yeah, usually suppliers. I mean, our clients are usually the type of companies that design, build, for example, antennas or ground station antennas or satellites, which basically need our chips to be integrated into their systems. Okay. Going to EU level, Braulio, what can you tell us over there? How are you connected with the different type of EU projects within your activity, but also with the academia? Because we wrote that you are very active in this niche as well.
Yeah. Thank you very much for that question, Ante. Since WIMIC was created 4 years ago, we have been very tied to European Union funded projects. We have been working with some already, and we're actually working on one. And the idea is that we have always been working on this type of projects with the academia, with universities. For example, here we have the local University of Las Palmas, which has a very strong institute for applied microelectronics. They have been working for over 30 years in this area. And actually, the company was born after some projects that the institute had with important companies throughout Europe. So even before WIMIC was created, we had strong ties with European Union funded projects.
Okay, so it's not about finances only, but it's very important R&D component that you are taking part with. Yeah,
of course. I mean, the funding is important, but usually all of our designs are state-of-the-art designs. So the connection with the R&D world coming from the academia and universities, it's so important to effectively tackle this type of designs and meet client requirements. So the academia is always part of our business.
Okay, so because many of us here are not familiar with your niche, so can you please enlighten us? What are your short-term, mid-term, long-term goals that you are trying to achieve with your companies, with your company, singular? Yeah.
Well, almost in plural, because actually we are looking where in the short term we will also have WIMIC in the United Kingdom. Well, our short term and our middle term is to continue growing. Right now we have 5 engineers here in Las Palmas, all coming from the local university. We have been growing a lot in just 4 years. Obviously, we are looking for new projects. We are currently working on some, but we're always open to new collaborations with customers, with academia, for European funded projects, for all types of collaborations. And that's our main goal for this year and next year. And obviously, continue growing, tackling new designs, always state of the art. And yeah, I mean, we are welcome to any universities or companies here and in Europe to contact us, and there are lots of collaborations and lots of possibilities in which we can work with.
Okay, so I see some of our friends are here with us also from other continents. Are you involved with European Union only, or you are open to cooperation elsewhere as well?
Yeah, we're open to collaborations in a global basis. As I said, Europe is important, but we know there's a huge demand in our sector worldwide. Especially this year, there has been huge shortages of microchips throughout the world. For example, in the automotive sector. And we know there are lots of companies out there looking for design houses like WIMIC to collaborate with.
Okay, and one of those in particular, just a couple of days ago, I was talking to him. He said that this February unfortunate events in Texas, you know, with the freezing issue, just put down the global market by 30 or 40% in the chip niche. Is that also your information, your knowledge?
Yeah, I mean, there have been several issues around the world, in the US and also in Asia, that have been affecting the sector. I mean, thankfully, we are a bit independent because being a design house, we don't depend on those foundries, which are called those businesses that actually manufacture the chips. But obviously, this has made the sector to grow a lot. I mean, all of those companies are building new factories. They're also growing. That will make us grow also, obviously, because there's a lot of demand.
Yeah. So, dear friends, so if you are in chip business today, basically you have sweet problems because demand is so huge that you cannot address it properly. Yeah. Before I give you the floor to you, dear friends, to see your questions in the chat box, Braulio, let me also clarify one thing. Before you were saying we are actively searching for new projects, you know. So what this means, that you're searching for EU projects, academia projects, end customers on the global market, or anything else?
It's basically that. I mean, we're always open to European funded projects. This gives us the opportunity of collaborating with, as I said, universities and clients of other countries, which is always positive. And also with directly with customers. I mean, we right now we have an important client we're working with, tackling a very novel design, and this is basically what we want. Clients that have specific requirements. They need something that the market doesn't have, a specific chip, and they can come to us, and for sure we can help them with those specific requirements.
How long are your projects lasting, Braulio? So if you start from ground zero, so is this a matter of 1 year, 2 years, or you have to be a bit faster to put it on the market?
That's a very important question, and it's something that it's very particular in our sector. Usually, if you have to tackle the design of something very novel, it will take you at least 2 years, because the process is you first design, you manufacture that chip, then you have to test it, measure it, correlate the simulations with those results. Usually, you have to redesign it, because it's very hard to get it at first. So this process can usually take at least 2 years. Yeah.
Sorry, Braulio, within your partners in the private sector, you are normally cooperating with R&D folks or GM or high management. Who are your contact people that you are working with within your customers?
Usually, it's the R&D teams in those companies. Maybe the demand comes from up, but then we usually work very close with those R&D departments. The way that we usually work is in a very close contact with them, usually meeting every week, because as I said, being so novel designs and things that don't exist, we have to communicate with them a lot. Requirements can change, so the project evolves a lot, and our contact with the R&D department is like every day, sometimes.
Okay, and in the process, you become close friends, and this is then even an additional positive point, I would assume, correct?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, that's one of the good things of this. And for example, this EU business talks, that is not only the companies that are getting to know people from around the world. And I mean, there's always people behind this type of projects, and it's a beautiful part.
Sure. Braulio, I wrote in, or actually we wrote together in our invite that you are part of Celestia Technologies Group. In 2 sentences, Braulio, who are your owners?
Yeah, Celestia Technologies Group is a group of companies where we're a group of SMEs around Europe. we all work around the same area, the satellites, stations, ground stations, and this market. And yeah, I mean, we have companies in the Netherlands, in Spain, Portugal, France, outside the European Union. We also have in the UK, and we're a very strong group, working together, but also very open to new opportunities outside the group.
Okay. Dear friends, it's 16 minutes past the hour, at least at my watch, I guess at yours as well. Feel free to address any type of question you might have in our chat box. I will read it out loud, and then Braulio will have a short and sweet reply on that. So the first one from Çağlar from Istanbul. Çağlar, good to read you, I would say. I don't see you. Çağlar is asking, I have a good contact with Turkish UPS system producer Makelsan. Does WMIC have any previous solutions for UPS systems? Shall I get in contact with them for WMIC? Braulio.
Yeah, totally. I mean, we're open to any new collaborations. We don't have previous experience with that, but and as I said before, due to the way that we work and the type of technology that we develop, usually this type of collaborations can happen, and all these opportunities are so welcome for WMIC right now.
Okay, Çağlar, there you go. You'll have Braulio's cell number shortly from me, and you will take it from there. Before I see next question, another question from my side, Braulio, there are plenty of traders now with us here in the room. They're obviously looking for new business opportunities, trying to make value added for the principal and for themselves. What would you say to them? Are you open to cooperate with, I don't know, somebody who is insider on German, Netherlands, Spanish, Ghana market, whatever? Are you open to cooperate with them as well?
Yes, for sure. As I said, there are lots of opportunities out there. The good thing of the chip sector, of the integrated circuits that we design, is that you can find them everywhere. And cell phones, satellites, antennas, cars, boats, airplanes, everywhere. So there are lots of opportunities for us in all countries, basically, and in many sectors. So yeah, totally open.
Some of our friends here are from defense and space sectors. Can you share any of your references within this line of businesses? Not with the name of the client, obviously, but just the nature of the business itself.
Yeah. I can talk a bit. We have experience with clients from the satellite sector, for example. They have very specific needs. The designs for satellites and for the ground station antennas that track satellites are very specific. So we have experience with that, design very novel circuits, very state-of-the-art circuits that actually don't exist. And these type of circuits are also very useful for the defense sector, for example, for radar applications. So yeah, lots of collaborations and possibilities between WMIC and those sectors.
Is this branded by your company?
Yeah.
Okay, by brand WMIC, correct?
Yeah.
Made in Spain.
Made in Spain.
Okay, fair enough. Space. So you mentioned defense, the space sector. Can you share any story within this?
Yeah, the space sector it's pretty much the same, because the type of designs that we're currently developing, just with small changes, can be used for different applications. As I said, telecommunications, space, defense. Like the design behind those chips, it's almost the same. And then obviously you have to choose different technologies. Some are space qualified, some are not. But we have a close relation with very important foundries in Europe that have this type of technologies. And yeah, we're open for those.
Foundries are your clients as well?
We're actually their clients, probably, because we use their technology to design. There are lots of technologies like silicon germanium, silicon on insulator, gallium nitride, which are basically metals we use in our design, and they are the ones that manufacture the chips. So it doesn't make sense design houses like WIMIC without foundries. I mean, we have to work together.
Okay, let me, I dare to ask you also, let's say partly personal question, since I'm based here in Ljubljana, Slovenia. You have any past activities with Slovenian entities, universities, incubators, academia, whatever?
No, and that's one of the key issues here. One of the reasons why it was so interesting to participate in these EU business talks at the beginning, because it would be our first experience with Slovenian academia or companies, and I mean it's great to collaborate with you.
There are some names that I see that are familiar and friends, and I'm sure they are listening and they will react appropriately. But Braulio, there are also people from elsewhere, as I said, Asia, I see Africa here as well, but mostly European Union countries. Can you name top 5 of your countries that you are eager to widen your business within the European Union?
I can't, because I mean, there's no preference. We know there are lots of opportunities. We know Europe is important. So, I mean, all European countries are at the same level right now when talking about, for example, European funded projects, even directly with clients. So there's no preference. And outside the European Union, I mean, we have contact with important companies, for example, in India. And there are lots of opportunities coming from there also. And all contacts are so important in this sector.
Considering all the issue about COVID and now Delta, are you traveling around? Which are your frequent travels within the European Union? Where are your fairs and exhibitions, for example? Are you joining them to find new partnerships, or how do you do it?
Yeah, I mean, right now we only have online events, but before COVID, we traveled, especially around Europe, to important conferences. There is a very important one taking place each year in Europe, which is the European Microwave Week, in which all companies like WIMIC and also clients and academia meet.
Which one is that, Braulio, and when does it happen?
Yeah, it happens once a year. The last one was online. The last one that we could attend was in Paris, right before COVID. So yeah, hopefully after COVID we will get back to this type of events, because online events are important, but getting to know people directly face to face, it's much better. Basically, what we said before, there are people behind the projects, people behind the companies, and that's the way you actually meet them, get to know them, and I mean, it's much easier to work with people when you meet them.
It sounds familiar, and you must click, you know, and once you click, then everything else is easy.
Yeah.
It's 24 minutes past the hour at my watch. Dear friends, I guess I don't see any. Primož, do we have any questions? Oh, so it must have been a hard night, at least for us here in Slovenia. Basketball session, 3 a.m. We won, by the way. And yeah, I'm so sorry for you, Braulio. You lost. I'm sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it was a very tough match, that one with the US, so we knew it could happen.
Yeah, but you have a great team. I'm sure there will be opportunities next time. But, you know, for us, I guess half of the country is now either sleeping or sleeping in front of Zoom. So this must be the reason for no questions whatsoever. I wouldn't be pushing anyone here. I would just say, Braulio, we got a certain understanding who you are, what you do, what are your goals for the future. People were listening. I will be sharing, of course, your contacts. Normally, they do their own follow-up further directly with you. And yeah, thank you, Primož. So the next one I see here. Since Vimic is, I'm reading the question, Braulio. Since Vimic is already selling into India, will the company set up company in India? Meaning, Braulio, if Vimic will establish their daughter company over there.
Who knows? I mean, right now we're growing in the UK, but who knows in the future? Because we know in India there's a huge market. There are important companies in the sector. And I mean, if there's a niche there, if there are opportunities, we're so open to open Vimic anywhere in the world. Okay,
Vinayak, I think you should have a follow-up Zoom with Braulio directly, I would assume. Thank you very much. I wouldn't be pushing any further, Braulio. I give the last 20 seconds to you to make your own summary. Your final thoughts to the audience here.
Okay, well, I just wanted to say thank you to you, Ante, and for organizing this. And yeah, I mean, this is just a very brief description of what we do. And just feel free to share my contact details with all companies here and in the groups that we have. And they can just contact me whenever, and lots of cooperations there, I'm sure.
Oof. One important thing that I've missed out, Braulio normally asks also my guests, what are you doing when you're not working? What is your private life about, if I may ask?
Yeah, of course. I mean, right now, I'm diving a lot. It's
diving.
Yeah. That's basically what I'm doing for over just a few months. I'm diving a lot. I love it. And basically that's my life outside Vimic right now.
Straightforward and fair enough. Thank you very much. Dear friends, we will of course be putting this recording to our website as well. We will be sharing this with you within our Telegram, WhatsApp groups as well. Once again, Braulio, I thank you in particular. Please let's stay in touch. And if something comes up within the friends that you are meeting here, you let me know. I'm always good to receive any new deals. And to rest of you friends, I will be hosting same time next week, ex-Prime Minister of Estonia. He is now in private business, and definitely it will be an interesting thing to attend. I thank you very much for your attention. Braulio, you have a nice day forward. Of course, also all of you here as well. Take care. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Thank you, Ante. Bye.